on our first date, I do the absolute most for you
Yeah.
out the gate, then what more do you have forward to look to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
To look forward to in the future.
Forward to.
Yeah.
I've already knocked you off your feet on the first date.
Yeah.
It's like we're not gonna ease into
Right.
that. So I think that's what it boils down to.
Ease.
How romantic are you as a gentleman?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a male figure, how, like, what thought process went into this first date?
I'm thinking them wealthy thoughts, baby.
Everything about you.
You shouldn't be dating if you ain't got $100,000 in your bank account. Nigga, what? Dang.
Well, we're rolling. We're live.
Oh.
What's up, everybody? We're going to get right into it today. So, money and relationships. A lot of times we end up spending money on relationships. How do the wealthy think about this? What's the wealthy thought posture on this topic? It's so many ways you can go with it, but, you know, in terms of just to kick it off, Steve, what do you think if a person, you know, doesn't have their money right, should they be pursuing a relationship?
This is a tough one because I think no.
Yeah, that sounded real tough.
Because if you can't take care of yourself, how you gonna take care of your significant other? I think it's important to at least have something before you hop into a relationship.
Really?
Yeah, because you just put yourself in a tough situation where it's like, oh, I can't really do what I want. Now, if y'all broke together, maybe that
maybe that could work for some people.
Maybe that works.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh yeah, let's build one another up.
Yeah.
But if that person that you're pursuing has their stuff together, and you can't help anything, like, so now dates and stuff is like, or do you having her pay for it?
Yeah.
And she might be cool with that, but
well, let me stop you because I disagree. I think you can be in love, and you can fall in love without your bag being together, even without your mind being on getting a bag yet. You can fall in love with somebody and you ain't got your stuff together. I mean, I think it happens all the time.
It definitely happens.
So
but should it?
But should it happen? Well,
and I guess it's now looking like
in retrospect.
Just in a situation now. Like if I was not married, would I be out here? If my bag wasn't correct, would I be out here?
Now, personal
dating?
preference. Yeah, personal preference. I probably wouldn't be out here dating if my bag wasn't.
So that's
correct.
that's just me. Now, if you
we similar on that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for other people, it ain't necessarily true that some people don't mind being broke.
Yeah.
It rubs me the wrong way, but
it's tough because it's like, well, why are we going to the movies? What are we celebrating?
What are we celebrating?
We need to be having a plan together. If we're in this together, this is our plan to get to the bag. What is that? What does that look like?
But we also have to agree that there are some people that they're okay with a simple life.
And that's fine.
They're okay with living in a, what is it called is that a studio where it doesn't even have a bedroom?
Yeah, studio.
Yeah, like two people can live in a studio.
And that's cool.
It's homeless people that's in love. They got girlfriends.
Yeah. That's a good point. But I mean, you asked me, would I date? What was the question?
Well, I don't remember, but basically it's like, can
you date if you don't have any money? Should you date if you don't have any money?
Should you be pursuing somebody if you ain't got your act together?
I think you should be pursuing. If I had to tell someone in their younger age,
yeah,
get yourself together first and then go pursue.
Well, that's true. I agree with you on that.
And that's just me, and that's just because, I know what comes with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you? Yes. Should you? No.
right? Of course, anybody can. People are doing it.
Okay. So let's say you like somebody and you trying to get your bag together, yada yada yada, and maybe you making some progress. I guess the question next is, and there was a lot of talk about this a few months ago, maybe even several months ago. Where's the right place to take somebody on a first date? Like, and some people were saying that a Cheesecake Factory is inappropriate. That they would not accept going to the cheese, which I don't think the Cheesecake Factory is necessarily a cheap place.
I hated this topic.
Why?
It really rubbed me wrong.
It got under your skin?
Yeah, because like, stop with all of this where you can't take somebody on the first date. Like, when have you ever been above going to Cheesecake Factory?
Right.
When has that ever been a thing? It's
anybody.
For anything.
Cheesecake Factory's always been a nice place.
Cheesecake Factory is great. So I don't know. I don't like the man woman rhetoric of what a man should be doing, what a woman should be doing, the whole 50-50.
Yeah.
I hate those debates because it's like,
why?
I just do. I mean, I just do.
Because it's a case-by-case situation?
Yeah, it's a case-by-case situation.
Have you ever been on a date where the woman is paid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
And it wasn't just because that's just how it happened.
Right.
That is just weird to me. I don't like, every time I'm paying. Most of the time, I'm a provider. So I'm providing.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, like this is my person. I'm providing for this person.
Well, and it's different when you go from dating to marriage.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like, most of these rhetorics, but it's just like, it depends on your household. What works for where your household is at.
Yeah.
The whole 50-50 bills. And I have conversations with the homies, like, what y'all do? Oh, okay, we're this way. So everybody's situation is different. Everybody's finances is different. So you can't even say this is how one person should be doing it.
Okay, well, let's give them a percentage. Let's go back to the practical first date. You first date, let's say you make, I don't know. Let's say you make $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week is $52,000 a year. First date, you got somebody you pursuing. What would you recommend they spend on a first date?
I don't like it.
You don't want to give them no recommendations.
I don't like it. Because dating is not about what you spend.
Ooh, deep.
And that's what people get. So it's like,
Bar.
what should you spend? Like, I can go spend $50 and you have the best date ever because it's the thought of that date.
Yeah.
It don't have to be what you're spending. That's why I don't like it.
No, that's good.
I don't like that whole back and forth thing.
Yeah,
Like, what women should do, what men should do. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we're living in an era of confusion. But if I had to put a dollar amount on it,
If you
and it's
had
the
to.
first date.
Because some people might just they just might need some.
I mean, if you spend it, like, if
range.
if I'm really trying to impress somebody on the first date and it had to do with the dollar amount, I don't know, $250.
So that's
and that's going to a nice restaurant, and that's just really mainly on food.
So $250 would be about 25% of your weekly pay.
Yeah, and I don't even care about that because if I'm making $1,000 a week, that's depends on if my rent's paid and what bills I got.
Make sure you. Well, I like your
because $1,000 a week, people can live off of that.
Yeah,
you can live off of $4,000 a month. People don't make $4,000 a month.
All right.
So if you making $1,000 a week, then you can go spend a little money on that situation.
Yeah, but I think you are teaching the people, even though you don't prefer the question. I like your first response. $50 maybe, because you can be creative with how you do that first date.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
so that's probably the best wisdom for the listeners is that do something small and be more creative.
Yeah, it's
And-
not about the money. It's not about the
Because
dollar amount.
if it is about the dollar
then
amount,
you're
that's
already. It's already.
what do we say? That's a red flag.
It's a red
You know,
flag.
that's the penalty box. Because if I'm already just evaluating on how much money I'm spending, you know, that's not. You need to be evaluating the chemistry.
Yeah.
Do y'all have similar? Do y'all laugh at the same jokes? Do y'all have fun doing the same sort of things? You know, how, you know, I always say, how nice are either of you to the waiter or to the wait staff or to the kitchen? You know, that's on your first date. That's a good indication. And some people have more preferences than others, and you know, but you still got to be careful about sometimes when people pushing their preferences. Like, okay, yeah, you might want the bread to be a little hotter or come out a little faster, but you're rude.
Yeah.
Like you're being mean to this person, and you know, and I absolutely know what that's like because I have that tendency to sometimes lose my cool with people. But
in which is, I mean, I feel like everyone has in that, you know, in that realm of things. But
yeah,
if we're going on a date and this is our first date, I just want us to be able to have a good time. If anything is about money on the first situation, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna see what you order. Now, if you ordering the most expensive thing off of the menu,
disrespectful.
no, I don't think it's disrespectful. I just think you just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, okay, well, you went for the Wagyu out the gate.
Yeah,
That's
the Wagyu,
$150
please. Yeah.
for that steak.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hate it.
It's a little disrespectful.
I hate it. I'm glad. I'm just glad I'm not in that space where I don't have to.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not in that, especially now.
Yeah,
because
no,
there's
for
so
sure.
many opinions about.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, you took me to. When I heard the cheesecake thing, that's what I'm like, we're doomed.
Yeah, this generation is out of control.
Out of control. Like I can't take you to
I
Cheesecake
think
Factory.
Katie's a Cheesecake Factory.
I would take you to Old Charlie's. You better get it that out the gate.
Yeah, shoot, on Charlie's is really nice.
Yeah,
Applebee's, all of them. Have you a nice dinner. Anytime you're going and getting somebody else to make you food and wait on you, that's a treat.
For sure.
That ain't nothing to shun and look down on. Now, if the food ain't good, that's something different. But if the food is good, I've had good meals at Applebee's and I've had good meals at Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
Like it ain't the name, and like you said, it's the experience. So I think our official stance on that, the Wealthy Thought stance, is between 5% to 25% on your first date. If you make $1,000, now what if you make $10,000 a week?
I think it's the same.
It's the same.
Because I don't think you have to this is how I look at it. If on our first date I do the absolute most for you,
Yeah.
out the gate, then what more do you have forward to look to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
To look forward to in
look
the future.
forward to.
Yeah.
I've already knocked you off your feet on the first date.
Yeah.
It's like we're not gonna ease into
Right.
that. So I think that's what it boils down to. How
Ease.
romantic are you as a gentleman?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a male figure, how, like, what thought process went into this first date?
Yeah, because we talked about this before. Like, don't be so lazy. Like, spending money can be really lazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, can we just do this?
Yeah, I'll just do
But
this.
no thought goes into that. So
No
that's why the
thought.
whole cheesecake thing,
The secretary set it up.
Yes.
You didn't even know what, you don't learn the person. There's no, so that's good. I mean, that's good teaching. It's like everyone's looking for, oh, I got the expensive dinner. Oh, he took me to Nobu on the first date. But it's like, he didn't think about it at all.
Yeah, it's just, I let the name of where we're going dictate how this night is going to go.
Right, how this night is
Instead
gonna
of me actually planning out something.
But some people
But some
are like
people are
that.
not romantic. Some people don't have a romantic
Bone
in their
body.
body. And that's what I've come to realization of that. Like, oh, you just not
Yeah.
like, I'm a romantic person. I don't even have to go spend that because I just know, like, oh, okay, we can do these things.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be more of a memory than us sitting down eating a dinner.
Yeah, you just put some flower petals on the porch
Yeah.
and
I mean, that's cool too.
sing a song.
But you know what I mean? It's just like we got to get back to that. We got to get back to
No, that's good teaching.
being romantic as men. Like it's easy to just go to dinner. Anybody can go to dinner.
Yeah.
Anybody can go pick you up and take you to dinner.
And when you think about it, that's really true wealth. Because I'm giving you, it's not just about the money. I'm giving you those, those experiences.
Yeah, I'm giving you something to hang on
I'm
to.
giving you like a memory
For sure.
that was well thought out.
And it's our first date.
And it's your first date.
That's what you asked me. You asked me it's the first date.
Yeah. It ain't
first date.
yeah. And it ain't nothing wrong with spending money, but if you're doing that as a default, if you're doing that and you're not thinking, if you're doing that trying to impress somebody and you haven't got a chance to really know that person, and there's other ways to learn people rather than just showering them with gifts.
Yeah.
And I think that's your point, is that don't get so caught up in how much I'm going to spend on the first date and you ain't be thoughtful.
Yeah.
Think through the experience you want to have with this person versus just, I'm going to just throw money at it.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
actually almost,
And that's just the wrong way to approach,
a relationship or life.
I mean, a relationship it's just the wrong way to approach the dating situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like I said, going over and beyond and spending that, it's like if a female sees that, number one, they're gonna think, okay, well, this is how it should be every time we go on a date. So now you have to, and maybe
Outdo
you
yourself,
maybe you saved up for that first date, and now every other date is like, oh, okay, well, well, you did this the first time.
Yeah, don't start out too high.
You know what I mean? It's just like you got to ease into that, and I think we got to get back to that type of, you know what I mean? That type of entry.
Yeah,
where it's just like, all right,
that type of what they call it, chivalry. Yeah,
I don't have to, I don't have to go spend a bag on you out the gate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if you even worth this Wagyu steak.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know
let me figure out if I even like you.
Right.
Before I spend the money. Now, if you got it, then that's totally different. And I think that it's a case by case basis.
Yeah, even if you got it, to your point earlier, it's probably still unwise.
Yeah, for sure.
Because give yourself it's lazy. Like, give yourself room to do something different, to learn a person, be creative. I think that's great wisdom. Okay, so let's go past that. We got how much you should spend on the first date. Hopefully that helps y'all. Okay, let's say you done had 37 dates, right? And you found the girl you want to be with, and you making $1,000 a week. How much should you spend on a ring to propose to that girl?
I don't like this either.
You don't want to give people no advice.
Nah, man.
You've been through this though. You spent money on rings.
I have.
You spent money on first dates.
I have.
So they need to know from your perspective.
So the ring thing is I still think it's a case by case basis.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because you can go spend, like, I don't even know is there an average of what people spend on wedding rings? I don't like that, because it's like you pay what you weigh. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
You pay what you weigh.
And what you mean by that?
If you're making money and you have it to be able to spend on the ring, then spend it. Now, if you are in an apartment and you don't own your crib, or your priorities are jacked up, and you go spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a ring, do I think that's smart or wise? No. Because you can go put that money down on a down payment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On a crib. Now, if you planning on making that move, then okay, instead of me buying you this crazy ring, let's go get a house. Let's go get a rental property.
Mm-hmm.
But people want to, like, I spent $30,000, $40,000 on a ring. Okay.
Yeah.
The same person can spend $5,000, $6,000 on a ring and still have the same effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think it's case by case, and I think it depends on where you're at. If I'm a person that is about to get engaged, that's what I would tell them. Go get a rental property first.
Yeah. Really?
Get a
If you got
get
that
an
much,
if you have that to spend, get an affordable ring. Same thing with a wedding.
is that
Say-
wealthy thoughts though? Is that what you think the wealthy do? Is they think, hey, let me go invest before I go spend on a luxury just to symbolize my
For
love.
sure. Because then that rental property can pay for that wedding, can pay for that ring.
But what if your significant other don't understand that? What if they like, huh?
Then you need
Would
to,
they understand that? Let's ask Mackenzie, do you think a woman would understand that? To say, you know what? I love you. I want to marry you, but let's get a rental property first instead of spending $30,000 on a ring.
I think it depends on the woman and the communication within the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depends on the woman and the communication in the relationship.
and because this shouldn't be our first talks about that. So if our first talk is this ring situation and we ain't never talked about investing or are you the person
now,
for
see,
me?
I don't like that because I think if you planning to propose to somebody, you're gonna ruin the surprise. I think if you figuring out they ring and kind of what kind of ring they want, and so I like to keep it a little, secret, just to surprise them and be like,
No, I understand that. I'm just saying before you even think about getting a ring, the convo between you and that person,
there should be some hypotheticals about,
it should be, what are we doing?
yeah.
Are we about to go spend $50,000-$60,000 on this wedding and we're in an apartment and we don't own a crib and we don't have no investment that's going in? I'm talking about having those pre-conversations before. Now, of course, yeah, you want the whole engagement to be a secret.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you kind of gauge when you're going ring shopping, because that's when you gonna know, like,
Yeah.
oh, what kind of ring you like? Now, she start going over here to the $100,000 section.
All right, baby. Actually, I got an appointment. I need to make a phone call.
Then that becomes, now, but I
Okay.
think that you definitely should be having these convos before even marriage comes up.
All right. Well, so Google says this. Google says 3-month rule. This is outdated rule states that you should spend 1/4 of your annual salary on an engagement ring. For example, someone making $50,000 per year should spend $12,500 on a ring. Do you agree with that?
That's fair.
3 months of, so if you're making $50,000 now, if you're making $50,000, I don't know if that's before taxes or after taxes, or I'm hoping they're saying 50 after, which would probably mean you really making 80.
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense because I'm making 50 a year and I spent 12 of it on a ring.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy.
That's a
But
lot.
everything is, there's payment plans on rings.
Yeah.
So if your payment plan makes sense, if that 12.5 is not all at once, and
Yeah.
you breaking that down in,
0% interest.
you know what I mean,
over-
0% interest.
They
and-
love to hit you with the 0%
Yeah,
interest
for
over
sure.
5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll take that.
Yeah,
If I
I'll
don't have
take
to
it
give,
too.
if I don't have to give you the money up front and I can pay for this ring, then yeah. Now, of course, you want to make sure you paying for it. You don't want them coming repossessing that thing
Right.
while you in your sleep.
Right. Chopping
Wake
you.
up like,
Where my
ring
wife
go? That's on my finger.
Okay, according to Credit Donkey, the average cost in 2022 of an engagement ring was around $5,225. But 9% of couples, only 9% spent more than $10,000. And then I guess The Knot, which I guess is another wedding website,
I like the knot.
found the average cost is about $6,000. So
And that's feasible.
that's feasible.
And you can get a nice ring for $5,000-$6,000.
Yeah.
So, I
Where
think
where can you get a nice ring from for $5,000-$6,000?
a jewelry spot.
Just any jewelry spot.
Yeah.
Just
K's,
yeah.
uh,
K's jewelry.
K's,
Jared's.
Jared's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you can find you a jeweler that, can customize you something. That's going to be a little bit more costly, but it just depends on what they like.
So let's talk about
Depends
this.
on what the woman likes. And the woman's always right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
And they
whatever
are?
ring, no, I'm just saying. I'm saying in that sense.
In that
like,
sense,
if she's
if
like,
she
oh
don't
yeah, I
like
like
it, so
if I
she-
like you have to know what she likes.
Okay. Because
Buying a ring in the dark, and y'all have never had a discussion.
It's
on
your
that,
fault.
That's a bad idea.
Okay. Because my problem, I had a guy tell me this years ago when I was working in corporate, in the office every day. He said if you get a ring for somebody and they don't like it and they ask you to change it or send it back, that's not the right woman for you.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I disagree. I'm sorry not to interrupt, but
Mackenzie disagrees. Mackenzie,
I don't agree with that.
I don't know. I mean, if y'all in love,
Nah, I don't agree with that.
and if so, I kind
Because-
of agree with it.
Because the reason why I don't agree with it is because you didn't do your due diligence when you was ring shopping.
Yeah.
If
But
I'm
if you
ring-
wanted it to be a surprise,
Nah, it ain't no surprise. You can be a surprise. We going to go look at jewelry, and I'm playing around like, oh, you like that type? It's something. You got to get a feel of something. Call the girl mama. Call her sister.
so if you called her mama, called her sister, and she still don't like it and wants you to take it back, is that a red flag or no?
You talking about the mom and the sister told you like, oh yeah, she liked this type of ring.
Yeah.
And you got that type
You
of
got
ring,
it,
and she didn't like it.
and she has it on, but
She don't like it.
she don't like it.
Is that a red flag?
Mackenzie,
no, it's not, because that's not her.
that's not her. That's not her style. That's not.
And like nowadays, there's a lot of women who like have conversations with their partners about what they like cutesy, like this is what I like.
And you
So,
have to have that. That's what I'm
You
saying.
got to be paying attention.
Yeah, you
so
gotta-
Mackenzie's
yeah.
saying that you got to be
You
paying
gotta pay
attention
Now,
because they're going
if
to
you
try to
did
give
all
you
of that,
hints.
If you did all of that,
And
and then mama and the sister and the
And she gave
auntie
you
called,
hints.
and she like, oh, I just don't like it. Then it's like, all right, well, now we got to go and figure it out. I
But
don't
ain't
think it's
that a
red.
little bit selfish to be like the ring is just a? Isn't that overemphasized? The ring. If she says she loves this person, but she's focused on the ring.
No, I don't think that's because if
You
you,
don't
got
think
me a
that's
ring
selfish?
that I don't like, and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna walk around with a ring that I don't like.
Well, you're selfish, so everyone
No,
knows
it's
that.
not about it's not about being selfish. It's about what you like. You got to wear it every day.
You got to wear it every day. But if you love that person, you could at least I'll give you that.
It's not hard
I would
to change
not-
the ring.
Okay, but I wouldn't say it immediately.
No, I don't agree with that.
If I love somebody and they,
Oh, you talking about
if I'm
during-
on the other side, if somebody, girls propose to guys now
You're
apparently,
never proposing to me.
huh?
A woman is never proposing to me.
That's a whole other discussion. You go pick her up, get up off the floor.
I mean, please, just go ahead.
Okay, well,
That is just wild. When I see girls on their knees
they do
with
that.
a man
Let's look
going
that
like
up.
this. No, I don't want to look it up. I've already seen it. It's foolish.
How many women?
Mackenzie, I know you would never. I know you would never get on your knees.
Not a chance. So my thought is that though, if the woman doesn't like the ring, I think it would be courteous, respectful, mannerable to not say it right away. If you love this person, say yes. Don't
Yeah,
be
but I
looking
mean-
at the ring and be like,
No, for sure. Now,
"Hmm,
you're talking about at
yeah,
the
but-
engagement.
yeah, at the engagement,
no.
say yes, and then I
For
would say
sure. For sure.
slowly, very gently, hey, you
sure.
got to be real humble because if somebody done bought you something, and just because you don't like the way it looks, now I don't agree that you should be forced to wear something you don't like forever, but the way I think about this in my head is that I don't like this. Take it back. Like
No, if you're doing that at the engagement, that's totally different.
that's a red flag.
Yeah, it's a red flag. That's totally different because it wasn't the time for you to do that then. And I did everything in my power to get you the right ring.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you didn't like it, don't mean you say it right there. Then yeah, we definitely have a problem.
Yeah, because you're showing out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm probably calling it off. Not
Yeah.
probably. It's probably done.
It's done because if you show out at when I'm trying to propose to
Yeah,
you,
no,
it's over.
I don't like that. But I do think if someone
Okay,
doesn't
that's
like,
what I'm saying though.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I
Okay.
agree with you with that. I didn't know you were talking about right there, the nigga on his knee, and he's like, nah, of course not.
Yeah,
Nah.
but we
I
gotta
think
change
you-
this ring. Like,
Nah,
don't
I think-
embarrass nobody like
Nah,
that.
I think you have the conversation after the fact. And I don't think nothing's wrong with it.
All right.
Now, if we go get a second one and you don't like that one, okay, then that's a whole nother
All
situation.
right, I'm getting this in my ear. I know you're very interested in this topic. Only 2% of heterosexual women have proposed to man, according to a 2023 LinkedIn survey. So, world is not over yet for you. So, 2%.
2%.
Said they will propose to they man. Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
Good luck.
good luck, everybody.
Who wears the pants in that situation? Like you. Yeah, go in there and do them dishes. Are you telling me who's the man? This is not even biblical.
So you believe in gender roles then?
For sure. 100%.
Yeah, I do too. A lot of people don't though. I mean, because then do you have, like we was talking about earlier, do you have working is usually the guy's thing, but there's a lot of guys now that stay at home dads.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that's outside of the gender role thing, or you think you can still be the man of the house without working?
And the woman's the breadwinner?
The woman is the breadwinner, and y'all, it ain't no funny business. Y'all believe in God and y'all biblical, so they believe in it. I understand if somebody don't believe in the Bible, then you can't necessarily hold them accountable to the Bible's principles. So that's different. If you don't believe, that's okay. You don't believe this.
Right.
But
then,
if somebody believes, go ahead.
Yeah, you're unequally yoked at that point.
What you mean?
You're saying if one person believes in God and the other one don't?
Oh, no,
Or are you
no.
talking about as a couple?
No, I'm saying as a couple, if their gender roles are,
whatever, because they don't believe in God.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a whole different conversation.
I thought you were saying like the husband believes in the Bible, but the wife don't, so she's not doing certain.
Oh yeah,
certain roles.
that's an unequally yoked situation.
Yeah.
But in your situation, where you're saying that you believe in gender roles,
Yeah,
and
but
I
you
do
were
too.
saying, will a man, if the
man's not the
working,
provider, can he still be man of the house?
he has to be, and I don't.
What does that mean? I'm so sorry. What does that mean when you say man of the house?
Ooh, it's getting spicy. Mackenzie says, "What does that mean when I say man of the house?" So, man of the house means, to put it very quickly, the final decision maker on the house decisions, the family decisions. So, if I give you an example, if the family wants to spend $10,000 on a vacation, and the wife has the money to spend, she's the breadwinner in this scenario we're talking about. But the husband says, no, I don't think we need to do that right now, and we're actually not going to do that. Okay, you're the man of the house. Can he be man of the house? Can he have the final? And that was just one example.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mackenzie, over there thinking. What does that make sense?
I understand what you're talking about.
Does that feel archaic?
My thing is just like, it shouldn't be, I think it should be a mutual decision.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be like one person gets final say. I think we should talk it out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 9 times out of 10, everybody's opinion is, important, and you're talking things out, and, maybe the wife is making the decision and the guy's okay with it, or the guy's making it and the wife's okay with it. But there are times where there's a conflict.
Yeah.
And there's I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do it, then I'm mad at you, or vice versa. So I think one way, it's like almost like, what's the hierarchy when there is one? Not saying that, there's a hierarchy on everything, but that's why I view man of the house. How do you interpret man of the house?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's case by case basis, and the man is. He is I'm because I'm thinking this out, like
the final decision maker.
Yeah, but I don't want to say final decision maker because
it sounds too harsh.
Yeah, that I don't like the wording of the final decision maker, because then it's like, oh, okay, well, I said it goes. I think like, it's a collective. It's a collective thing.
It is.
So if we're going to butt heads on that, then it's like, okay, sometimes it could be a compromising situation. And that compromise could be, all right, well, let's just go to the vacation situation.
Mm-hmm.
We got 10,000. Okay, well, let's spend 5,000. Keep the other 5, and we just put that towards the house. then it's just like that is the say so of it. But I
Yeah.
think,
But what if it's a just hypothetical? It's a staunch difference. The wife wants to spend the $10,000, disagrees with her husband. The husband doesn't want to spend it, disagrees with his wife,
And he don't
and
wanna
the
spend
money is hers.
yeah,
It's her money. They're married. That's my scenario is of can he still be man of the house? I know my answer.
I mean, it's biblical. He's supposed to be the man of the house, even whether he's because
Breadwinner or
he's
not.
the protector. He's of the home.
Yeah.
This is our situation, and that's biblical.
Yeah, but the biblical is the trump card.
I know, but
if you believe in the Bible, it's like, it's biblical. All right.
Yeah, but for sure. But if
But
you're
practically, is that, do you think that it's possible for you to be man of the house if you're not the breadwinner?
yeah, I think it is, and I think there just has to be an understanding in that household
Yeah.
because everybody's household is different. You know what I mean? Like I know some people whose wives make significantly more than them,
Yeah.
but they're still that because
Man
their
of the
wife
Submits to that.
Exactly. They submit to that and they know that this is, I it's a respect thing. And I think that's submissiveness, of course, but I think that if I know that my wife is making more money than me, right? And I'm the stay-home dad, then I'm doing those things as if the roles were reversed.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think that it's tough in situations because it's like, your wife is telling you what to do because, I don't know.
I think it's tough. And
it's a sticky situation.
It's sticky. And I respect any man, as I know, I have somebody in mind actually that I know that is in that role. And I believe he's still man of the house.
Yeah, for sure.
And for me, even going deeper, I think he's, spiritually praying for the house, spiritually kind of sets the tone of this is what we believe together. Right. Now there needs to be,
and that's how it's supposed to be.
Biblically, like if you believe in that, then yes, that's how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So we just solved it, folks. All wives, make sure you submit to your husband. Sweet. My wife gonna bop me over the head. So it's like,
you gonna get some.
My wife, I'll just say this about my wife can't stand this conversation. She hates it.
She should be here for this.
Because what?
Because she doesn't like, because I say stuff harshly and because I'm just being more matter of fact. Like, no, I'm the decision maker. Like now in real life, I can't do that, right? It'll turn into an argument. But even when I joke about it, she hates it. She wants to bop me over the head because it is a compromise, and she don't like I'll get mad at her if she tries to take out the trash. Even though I may have not been home long enough and she's sick of it, so she'll just do it. I'm like, wait, that's my role.
Yeah, but that makes no sense.
I know, that's silly, but I'm just saying that's a silly example of how I there's certain roles I want to see, like, because I don't want to do the dishes. So don't take my job, and then because then I gotta compromise and do stuff I don't want to do. So that's how I think about it.
Yeah, so that's where the argument comes from.
But you saw I didn't even do the dishes. I put the dishes in the dishwasher. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed that when you was at my house, but I did do that. So
yeah, but the role
I am compromising.
I think we're a little different on the role things.
Yeah, because you do all this stuff, and you be making it hard on me.
No,
you really
it's
need
not.
to stop.
It's because it's I believe in certain roles, but I still believe that if there's something on the ground, pick it up.
Don't wait for your wife to come.
Yeah, it's like I'll wait till she gets home to pick up that piece of lint.
That is ridiculous.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just cut different. And I feel differently on certain things. Like it's just certain things that I don't want to see my wife struggle to do. It's just like, and it's so if I can help out in that manner.
And I think that's where it comes from for me. Like I think the trash is a stinky, nasty thing. I don't want you doing that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's
Brianna's taking out the trash, but the trash is right there in the garage. So it's like, oh, pick it up.
Yeah, but still, there's certain things. I think I'm not, that example aside, the spirit of where I'm coming from is that
you don't want her doing certain things.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want your hands dirty in certain ways, even though she's fine with it. I'll change the light. No, I'll change the light bulb. Just give me a second. I'm going to get to it. I'll fix that. I'll put that up.
Yeah.
Even though she can do it, and I'm fine with her doing it when she wants to do it, but I don't never want her picking up all of my slacks in a sense. And
You're old school.
yeah, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm very old.
And it's okay.
Like my mom
That's
used to iron my dad's shirts, so I'm
Yeah.
old school. I seen that. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that generation was different.
Yeah. like my dad never got his plate. My mom would bring my dad
For
his
sure.
plate
That's different.
every time.
Yeah, it's different. That was a different.
Sit on the couch, and my mom is bringing the plate to my dad. Like,
Yeah.
that's,
It's different.
yeah.
And it's tough seeing that as a child because it's like, oh, this is
what
how
I
it's
want.
supposed to be.
It's like, no, get your own
Yeah.
plate.
Get your. And I think that situation, like, I don't know, man. I it's just tough.
We done got
Because sometimes I be hungry and I'm like, if you doing something, I'm gonna go make my plate.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times where I make her plate
Yeah.
because
I
I know
made my
what
wife's plate too.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I just think this is a different.
yeah,
we're in
it is a different age, but
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I get it,
anyway.
and I think that some things is just like I tell you all the time.
You tell me all the time what?
No, I'm
Compromise?
just saying. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, compromising. That's what marriage is about. Compromise.
It is. It is.
That's where some people. That's why marriages fail, outside of finances.
Yeah.
It's compromise. They don't want to compromise. I'm gonna stick to what my guns and that's it. And then the argument occurs, and you go to bed mad, and now you're walking around on eggshells.
Mm-hmm. Once you let that anger sit in,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
ugly.
So, no, you can't do that. That's
You
why
got-
they tell you. That's why they tell you not to. Never
Don't go to
bed
sleep
angry.
mad. Yeah. Don't go to bed angry. Well, we went a little off the rails.
Yeah, this
but,
went all the way.
but the point is, bringing it back
The
to
point is, be romantic
be romantic.
and
Don't-
stop putting the price tag on the first date. Do something outside of the box instead of going to go spend a whole bunch of money.
But and I'll add to that. I think that the goal then is that, to your last thing you said, don't spend a bunch of money. Actually, you don't need a dollar figure, because your goal on that first date should be not to spend a bunch of money.
For sure.
I love your advice there. Ease into stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You got your whole life to spend money, especially if you end up with this person. There's all types of opportunities to do that.
And it depends on if they're exclusively dating.
Right.
Because what if I got 3 women that I'm courting,
Yeah.
and then I go spend $250 on each one? Now I've spent almost $1,000 trying to
Tricking money off.
Yeah, you just
Trying to impress people with dollars, and it's not,
you're just a trick master at that point.
Yeah, don't be a trick master. All right,
wow.
y'all.
Crazy.
Make good investments. Don't overspend your money on relationships. I'm StephenMotivate.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace. I'm thinking them wealthy thoughts, baby.
Everything about you